And welcome back to the Edge of Eternities set review, where we are going color by color and looking through what this set has to offer. We are on to red, finally. We're going to go through. We have Bombard. We had it in the wonderful set Rivals of Ixalan. If you know me, you know I'm a big fan. So I'm excited to have that. 3 mana instant deal for creature only removal. Next we have Cut Propulsion. 3 mana instant, uncommon. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. If that creature has flying, deal twice that much instead. This is going to be pretty good against all of our spacecrafts, just because a lot of them have bigger toughness than power, and they'll have flying. So this is going to be super relevant when it comes to that. Debris Field Crusher is a 5 mana 1/5, and when it enters, deal 3 damage to any target at 8+ station. It's going to have flying for 2 mana. You can pump it to get +2/+0 as well. Devastating Onslaught is going to be our mythic red card that has XX red. It's a sorcery. Create X tokens that are copies of target artifact or creature you control. Those tokens gain haste until end of turn. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. You get them for a little bit. We got some all art. Ooh. I kind of like these. Little action. Drill 2 Deep is going to be a 2 mana instant common where you're going to put 5 charge counters on target. Ooh, wait, that's sick. That's sick. You can just like charge it right up and then have this insane blocker, okay? Or destroy target artifact. All right, I actually really like that card. Frontline War Ragers, a 3 mana 2/3 at common. A little Kavu Soldier at the beginning of your end step. If you control 2 or more tapped creatures, it's going to get +1 counter. So that actually has a bunch of synergy with our white in this set, where during end steps, if you have tapped creatures, there's going to be lots of triggers to get counters. Full Bore is a 1 mana red instant at uncommon. Target creature you control gets +3/+2 until end of turn. If that creature was cast for its warp cost, it gets trample and haste. That's pretty good, because we would like to attack with our warped creatures. Here's a spacecraft. We have Galvanizing a Saw Ship. It's a 6 mana 6/5, and only at 3 it gets flying and haste. Yeah, the haste is going to matter. We're going to be attacking with that real fast. Don't you worry. Invasive Maneuvers is a 2 mana instant at uncommon. It deals 3 damage to target creature. It deals 5 damage instead if you control a spacecraft, which is pretty good. Caveron Harrier is a 1 red artifact creature, 2/1 when it attacks. You can pay 2. If you do, you're going to create a 2/2 tapped and attacking robot artifact creature token, and you're going to sack it at the end of combat. But if you have sack outlets, you can have some fun with that. It's also going to be in the promo pack. Caveron Skywarden is a 5 mana 4/5 at common with reach, and its void is going to get a counter. Caveron Turbo Drone, cute little guy, 3 mana 2/3 at common, and you can tap it. Target creature you control gets +1 in haste until end of turn, and you can activate it only as a sorcery. After that, we're going to have Cav Landseeker, 4 mana 4/3 with a menace at common. When it enters, you're going to create a lander token at the beginning of the end step. On your next turn, you're going to sack that token. So you got to use that pretty quick. Litho Breaking is the 3 mana instant uncommon. You're going to create a lander token. Then you may sacrifice an artifact, which a lander token is. And when you do, it's going to deal 2 damage to each creature. So you can choose if you just want the lander token or if you want to do a little mini Wrath of the board. Melded Moxite is a 2 mana artifact. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards and tap it for 3 and sack it. Create a tap 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Memorial Team Leader is a 4-mana 4/3 uncommon. During your turn, all of your other creatures are going to get +1/+0 and it has warp for 2. This is going to be great in red-white with tokens. You're going to have a huge team. It's going to be buffed. You can warp it. You're in there. You're doing tons of damage. You are not worried. Memorial Vault is the rare 4-mana artifact. You can sack another artifact when you tap it. Exile the top X cards of your library, where X is 1 plus the mana value of sacrificed artifact, and you can play those cards that turn. We're getting to see some extra cards. It has an extended art. We're going to look at Molecular Modifier. It is a 3-mana 2/2 uncommon. At the beginning, come out on your turn. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn, and that's pretty good. We have Nebula Dragon, a 7-mana 4/4 dragon, and when it enters, you're going to deal 3 damage to any target. Pretty solid. Like, high on curve, but definitely worth it. I'm excited to see the speed of this limited format. Next, we have Nova Hellkite for 5-mana 4/5. Flying Haste. When it enters, it's going to deal 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls, and you can warp it for 3. Seems pretty good. We love it being warped and having haste. 10 out of 10. And it has this sick art too. Orbital Plunge is a 4-mana sorcery common and deals 6 damage to target creature. If excess damage was dealt, create a lander token. I always love cards that if there's excess damage, it does something. I don't know. I just think that's cool. Or play Pangolin. 2-mana 2/2 at common. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you can pay 1. If you do, put a counter on this. I would also be putting this in the red-white deck for sure. It benefits off having counters, and that's just pretty great. We have a 3-mana enchantment aura, Pain for All at red. Enchant creature you control. When it enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Whenever the enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much to each opponent. Alright, that's pretty good. A little Boros Reckoner action. So that's going to have some fun interactions. It has an extended art. We have Plasma Bolt, which is just a 1-mana sorcery at common to deal 2 damage to any target. And it does 3 for its void. Pretty solid. Now, sorcery makes it a little lame. Oh, it's still pretty good. Possibility Technician is a 3-mana 3/3 at rare. When this creature or another Kavu enters, exile the top card of your library. For as long as that card remains exiled, you can play it as long as you control a Kavu, and it has warp too. So if you need cards pretty quick, he's going to help you out. Red Tiger Mechan is a 4-mana 3/3 with haste at common, warp 2. Nice aggressive body is going to help you out. It's going to do some damage. It's going to get some body on the field. We have 2-mana 0/4 with Reach, Remnant Elemental, but as landfall, whenever a land you control enters, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So you can be pretty big. We have a Rig for War. We have a 2-mana instant. The target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike and reach until end of turn. So we have a pretty nice combat trick. It fits in the 2-mana combat trick slot that we are very used to seeing. We have a 4-mana Roving Actuator, uncommon 3/4, and its void is exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard and copy it. You may cast this copy without paying its mana cost. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We have a Ruinous, a Rampage, red 1, sorcery, uncommon. It can either deal 3 damage to each opponent or exile all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. And I'm feeling like those are both pretty good options. I definitely think that we want to be playing that. Rust Harvester is a 1-mana rare 1/1 artifact creature with menace, and exile an artifact creature from your graveyard. Put a +1 counter on this creature, and then it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So that's gonna add a little fun, and it has a sick art. Okay, big fan. Celagdral Scrapper, 1-mana 1/2. Sack another artifact or land and draw a card. We love drawing cards. Systems Override is a 3-mana sorcery at uncommon. Gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gets haste. If it's a spacecraft, put 10 charge counters on it. If you do, remove them at the beginning of the deck. Okay. Your opponent's not getting it back with the 10 charge counters on it. Don't you worry. But that's really cool. I like that. 10x Steadfast Second, a 4-mana mythic legendary creature, 3/5. Other creatures you control have haste. Artifact cards and red creature cards in your hand all have warp 3. Okay. I'll take it. We warping cards. We have a 6-mana rare sorcery. Terminal Velocity. You may put an artifact or creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That permanent gains haste. And when it leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its mana cost to each creature. And at the beginning of the end step, you have to sacrifice it. Yikes. That's, yep. Terminal Velocity is a understanding name for that card. Terror Pack Intimidator is a 2-mana 2/1 uncommon. When it enters, target opponent may have you create 2 lander tokens. If they don't, put 2+1 counters on this. Again, making our opponent make decisions. 6 mana uncommon 6/6 as reach. Already great stats, but we have a landfall on it as well. Whenever a land you control enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card, and you can cast it that turn. Pretty nice. And you're already casting this kind of later in the game, so you definitely might need help getting to some cards. Vault Guard Trooper is a 5-mana uncommon 5/5 at the beginning of your end step. If you control 2 or more tapped creatures, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. So that will definitely fit in the red-white aggro deck. We have Warmaker Gunship, 3-mana 4/3. When it enters, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control to target creature an opponent controls, and it gets its flying in 4/3 at only 6 station. That's pretty good. So we are going to Weapons Manufacturer, which is a 2-mana rare enchantment. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions. When this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. Interesting. And it has a cool art. Weft Stalker Ardent? You're going to get me with the names of these cards. They always do. A 3-mana 2/3 uncommon. Whenever another creature or artifact you control enters, this deals 1 damage to each opponent, and it has warp 1. Our final card in red is the Zookeeper Mechan, which is a 2-mana 1/3 at common. You can tap it to add red, or you can tap 7. Target creature you control gets +4/+0 until end of turn, and you can activate that only as a sorcery. So you will be able to tap this and pay that red towards that as well. All right, that is red. Make sure to like, subscribe, and have the most fun at your pre-release. And have a great weekend.